Alrighty. Hello. Hope everybody's doing okay today. I just want to introduce you to my audience real quick. This right here is Sam and Christina. We had to make a substitution out because the other two couldn't be here. But Miss Giselle over here is part of the original three. Here I have my visual age. It's a nice custom badge from Real Madrid. So I'm going to go ahead and get started off with my speech today. Alrighty. Vamos! Who's ready to learn about Real Madrid?
Me.
Alrighty. There you go right there, young lady. Alrighty. So today I just want to teach you guys a little bit about what it means to be a Real Madrid supporter in Madrid, Spain, where my favorite team is from. Historically, Real Madrid is the most dominant team throughout history, and it can be very well supported through their trophy cabinet. And domestically, they also dominate very well. It's in a league called La Liga, where they have some notable rivalries, such as Barcelona, who are their most fiery rivals, as well as Atletico Madrid, who is their cross-town rivals. So whenever they play against each other, it's one side versus the other. And something to note is these teams have been around for a very, very long time. So it's only natural for them to be involved in some sort of politics, history with the people, because the people, as generations go on, are involved with the same teams and such. There's going to be a feud of some sorts. And I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit later today. As you probably know, Real Madrid has been a big part of my life. I've watched every single game that I could ever since I was a little boy, maybe about 5 or 6 years old. And I was very excited to give this speech today because it actually gave me some very good insight, and I was able to further research the team that I love so very much, and I hope to share that knowledge onto you guys today, so that way you guys know a little bit more about my favorite team and what it means to be a Real Madrid supporter and what they stand for a little bit. So Real Madrid, as I previously stated, are the most dominant team in Europe's top 5 leagues, which also happen to be the most highly rated leagues, those 5 leagues. And the pinnacle of that is going to be the Champions League, which again involves the top 5 leagues. They compete all together in this tournament. You have to be the top 5 teams in those top 5 leagues to actually participate in that competition. And Real Madrid's actually won that competition 14 different times. So that's a pretty outstanding figure. And to actually put it further into a little bit of perspective, they've actually won that competition 3 times in a row, 3 years in a row. If you look on their Real Madrid website, you can actually see that on there. And the team that won it second most amount of times is the team out of Italy called AC Milan. And they've only won it 7 times. So that's about half of what Real Madrid's won it as. So it's a very cool feature about Real Madrid. So they pretty much are the owners of that. If they're in it to win it. They also dominate even whenever they don't win it, always making it to the semifinals. I think it's, according to their website, they haven't been to a semifinal. They haven't missed a semifinal in about 20 seasons or 20 years. So it's a very outstanding record. Some other notable competitions that they've actually won is going to be the FIFA Club World Cup, which pretty much all the teams in the world compete against, but it's just a preseason tournament, so nobody really takes it seriously. They've actually won that 7 times, and the UEFA Super Cup, which is just a step down from the UEFA Champions League, they've actually won that 5 different times. So domestically, they actually compete in this league called La Liga, which they've actually won it 35 times according to their Wikipedia page. And they have some notable rivalries such as Atletico Madrid, which they actually share a city with over there in Madrid, Spain. And so whenever one side plays the other, it's just a crosstown rivalry, and it always ends in red cards, which involves a player being sent off, or some kind of fight or brawl or something like that. It always makes the headlines. But their most notable rivalries is going to be FC Barcelona. Anytime these guys play together, it's called El Clasico, and it's all over anything soccer. Whether you're watching the English league, you're watching a team down there in Brazil, they're featuring El Clasico. It is something to watch. It's the biggest rivalry in all of world football or soccer. And it's really exciting to see. And there's actually a very good reason for that. Going on to the club's history and the reason why they're involved so politically, Real Madrid wasn't always called Real Madrid or Royal Madrid. They were actually called just Madrid FC from 1902, whenever the club was founded, all the way until 1920. And then in 1921, the current king of Spain actually gave them the right to use the term Real. So that actually means Royal Madrid, which is why they're viewed as having ties close to Spain as a whole and the royalty of Spain at the time. And then you look at their rivals in the El Clasico, FC Barcelona, they stand for Catalonia Independence, which Catalonia was an area in Spain that was actually absorbed during the Spanish Civil War. And they've always driven for their independence inside of Spain, and FC Barcelona and their supporters are very much for the idea for Catalonian independence. So Real Madrid is viewed as Royal Madrid, and they're viewed as the rest of Spain's ideas. And FC Barcelona is viewed as the Catalonians who strive for independence. And so whenever these two teams clash, it's much more than just a rivalry. So it's always a very good watch whenever it's on. I know I never miss it. So I just want to thank you guys so much for coming out. I really hope that you guys learned a little bit something today about my team, Real Madrid. Some key things to actually memorize is Real Madrid is obviously the most dominated team in all of Europe, in Europe's top 5 leagues. They've won the most Champions League, UEFA Super Cups, and FIFA World Club World Cups. So that's a very nice trophy kind of they've had. Domestically, they have also very much dominated La Liga, winning it 35 times and absolutely dominating over their rivals Atletico Madrid and Club Barcelona. And then politically, they've been around so long, these teams over in Spain have been around so long that there's actually a feud between Real Madrid and FC Barcelona, and it's always a very nice game to watch. So today I hope you learned a little bit something about Real Madrid, and I hope you know what it means to be a Real Madrid supporter and live in Madrid, Spain, and I hope now you're a little bit more knowledgeable over the topic. Thank y'all so much. Thank you guys.